And so I am back to talk about healing justice and to move us into our healing justice practice. And so, if you've been with us, if you haven't been with us for the past few weeks, as Paulina mentioned, I am a part of the Kindred Southern Healing Justice Collective. And we have been doing work around healing justice for over a decade. And the way that we think about healing justice is that it is an intervention. In helping us to think about and understand trauma in our communities and our movements, and how we develop strategies that intervene and respond to that collective trauma, burnout, and violence. And so for us, we think of these strategies as doing a few things. One is addressing the trauma that we have experienced in our lives before entering movements, so that when we enter, we're not continuing to hold that trauma and harm each other. Two, to hold the trauma that we experience just as a general everyday part of life, that is of lives that are molded and impacted by oppression in the moment. And then three, to hold the stress and burnout that is a result of being in the work. And so these practices that we are engaged in these sessions are tools that I hope that you can use in your work, in your organizing, in your defiance, to help hold you, to help hold. I heard people talking about in the chat the fear, the risk of speaking out publicly. And we recognize that it does come with some risk. It does come with the potential for harm and burnout and violence. And so these are some tools, and there are lots of them. And in your community, you probably have some. And so these are some tools that you can use to help you reconnect to yourself, to reconnect to your body, and hold space for what you are experiencing. So today's session, we're going to do something that we've done before. We did in the first session, which is the body scan. And we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do a couple breaths, and then we're going to talk about this question. We're going to get into this question of, what makes you feel powerful? When have you felt powerful? And so I'm going to invite you to find your comfortable position. It doesn't necessarily have to be still, but it should be restful. And it should also be one where you can be engaged. And so once you find yourself in that comfortable position, I want to invite you to find somewhere in your body the sensation of temperature. So scan your body and see if you can find maybe a chill, maybe somewhere where there's warmth. Maybe the floor is cold against your foot, a gentle breeze, the warmth of your chair against your legs. Find the temperature, find the sensation of temperature somewhere in your body. And when you have found it, take a moment to be with it, to acknowledge it, to notice it, but not to judge it. Next, see if you can find the sensation of motion somewhere in your body. So that can feel like a pulsating, maybe a tingling, an itch. See if you can find the sensation of motion. Maybe it's the rising and falling of your chest. But somewhere as you scan from your head to your feet and back up, find that sensation of motion. And then finally, see if you can find the sensation of pressure. For some people, that might feel like a tightness, contraction. It may register as discomfort, may even register as pain. Or it could simply be the feeling of your foot pressing against the floor. But try to identify the sensation of pressure somewhere in your body. And even if it is a sensation that we might register as negative, in this moment, in this practice, we're not judging it. We're just noticing it and seeing what it can tell us. I invite you to bring your awareness to your belly and fill your belly with air, breathing in through your nose, holding it for a moment, and exhaling through your mouth. See if you can bring your awareness to the back of your body, the back of your head, down your neck, down your spine, all the way down the back of your body until you feel your heels. Allow yourself to rest backwards and to know that you have lots of things and people at your back that are holding you up. Next, bring your awareness to the center of your body, the place where your heart is beating, where your lungs are taking in oxygen, where your blood is flowing, where your muscles are contracting and releasing. All your organs are functioning. And then bring your awareness forward to the front of your body, your face, your nose. Try to release the muscles in your jaw. Drop your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Bring awareness to your throat, your chest, your belly, all the way down until you reach your toes. From this embodied space, I want to invite you to bring to mind a moment in time when you felt powerful. Remember this moment where you felt powerful. Once you have it, start to remember some details about that moment. How old were you? What was going on in the moment? What led to you feeling powerful? Where were you? What did you see? Maybe what did you hear? What did it smell like in the room? Who was with you? As you remember, and as you fill out this memory, pay attention to what happens in your body. What does it feel like for you to feel powerful? What does it require for you to feel powerful? Sit with a thought for a moment and then consider what it might require for you to feel powerful in this moment and in the next moment and in the face of oppression, the face of risk. What does it feel like in your body to consider being powerful in the face of risk, in the face of oppression, in the face of white supremacists? When you consider that, what shifts? Does your heart beat faster? Does your breath quicken and maybe become more shallow? Do your muscles tense? Just notice what's happening. So I'm going to invite you into another deep breath with me. We're going to breathe in through our noses. I'm going to hold it for a moment and then release it through our mouths with a sigh. Once again, breathe in through your nose and release it with a sigh. Invite you to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, begin to feel into the edges of yourself, and join me back in this space. And what I want you all to do today is to take your notebook or your crayons or your paints, and I want you to write or draw or write a poem or write a song about this time that you felt powerful. Describe the time that you felt powerful. Describe it with all your senses. Make a full memory or picture for us. And so we'll see you all next week. I won't be here, but we have a phenomenal practitioner coming to join you to lead a practice next week. And so we're really, really excited, and we hope you join us again. Have a good night.